Mute 5 minutes or less. I'm kind of surprised I haven't done one for Mute yet, considering the entire time I've played Siege, he's always been good and arguably gotten better over time. So Mute's whole thing is, signal jammers. They're pretty simple. Anything wireless in its range when you put it down will get disabled. This includes breach charges, thermite charges. Drones are the most common example. Literally, when you put it down, you get the ring all around it. Everything wireless in this range dies. When something wireless gets close to it, like a drone, it'll just sort of static up. We've all been near a mute jammer. We've all been there. So there's a few key points you're going to want to put your mute jammers. The very first and honestly the obvious one is drone holes, because, you play mute, you want to deny the drones. I've seen some people literally just look for a drone hole. I'll go on this side, demonstrate, and just put it down next to the drone hole, which does the job. The issue is, if someone knows it's there, they can literally just take care of it by crouching through the hole, and now you've lost a jammer. If you're going to put your mute jammer in a spot to deny a drone hole like this, keep in mind the range it has. Like, you can really be forgiving. Like, all the way here, a drone is not getting in there. And good luck trying to spot it doing this shit. So if you're gonna use a mute jammer for drone holes, get a bit creative with it. Take advantage of that full range that you've got. Don't just put it next to the hole and call it a day. Next major spot that jammers could go is stairs. I've seen some people put them at the bottom, which is perfectly fine. The issue is the enemy is going to just sort of swing around and kill the jammer since it's right there. And now they can just run up the stairs again. If you put your jammer at the top of the stairs, a few feet back, because again, you don't want to just get shot for free, drones are not going to come up here. And if they want to actually get rid of the jammer, they do have to actually push up aggressively. They'll have to look down here as opposed to at the guy looking here, at the guy looking here, at the guy here who's ready to just swing. If you're going to put a jammer to deny stairs, try to put it, a few feet back on the top. Again, the bottom's fine. It's just not the best because they can just swing it. The last key point you're going to be putting jammers pretty much is like hallways like this and sort of not doorways like this, where it's kind of like it's door length, but it's not actually a door. In theory, you could, put a jammer on each side and sort of block it like that to keep the jammer safe, but you're using sometimes two jammers. What I usually do is if I put a jammer here, this is the quote-unquote expendable jammer. I'm fine putting it just in the middle, so it blocks as much range as humanly possible. It might get shot, but they're not going to immediately drone the entire area behind it. And, if they do destroy it, then, we might get a little intel that they're coming from this way. If you got to put one in a hallway, don't be afraid to just leave it out in the open like this. Just, if you're worried about it getting swung, maybe put it a bit back in the hall. If you put it sort of here, you're blocking the hallway, but, they can just swing it. But if you put it sort of back over here, they do have to kind of commit a little more to hit this one. And, you still block some of the hall. Maybe they can see over here now, which they couldn't before. So, yeah, the hallway mutes, put them a ways back. Don't be afraid to just put them out in the open. You do get 4, which is kind of it's not a lot per se, but in the context of, a gadget, it's a decent amount. You can afford to have some that are in stupid positions, like this, that are guaranteed to die, and then have some that are just sort of... you can afford to have some that are dumb and some that are a little smart. Also, they do, go through walls since, it's sort of a signal jammer rather than, LOS. So if you really want to secure a wall, but you don't have, a bandit or a Kaid to, electrify it, you can put a mute down and just sort of annoy them a bit. It's a lot easier to get rid of mute jammers than the other two, but it's something. And then, not related to the gadget, mute does have the M59, so you've got a pretty good option for site setup. You can make your head holes, you can open hatches, etc. And you still have a good gun for taking duels with the SMG-11. So don't be afraid to go, primary shoddy and then SMG. This is what I run in all my games. I'll just set up during prep with this, make all my holes. I don't know if I would ever actually do this set. Well, I'll theory craft this later. You've got the shotgun for setup and a really good one for setup, and then a really good secondary for taking duels that can compete with ARs. So, yeah, that's mute. 5 minutes or less. Peace.